What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy whatever if you're celebrating. I had some time and I went over to Facebook, which I rarely go to, and I went to look for Michelle Loud, and I went and I followed her page, and I saw that she went live yesterday, and she had a lot to say about the Jakes, about the statement / non-statement that the good bishop had, and I just want to share it. It's pretty lengthy, but because I got time, I decided to just go ahead and share it over here. So go ahead, get comfortable, get settled, and let's just go ahead and listen to what she had to say, because she had a lot to say.
Hey, Luanda. Hey, Crystal. Hi, Leo. Hey, D. Hey, Diamond. Hi, Shervette, Tamara, Tiffany, Maureen, Lorno, Jazz. Hey, Jazz. Lisa, baby, Jazz be on it. Hi, Rare Jim. Hi, Destiny. The Master's Voice Blog. Hi, Candy. Hey, Naja. Hey, boo. Hey, Ann. Okay. So we got a couple people in here. Make sure y'all liking it and sharing the live. I'm sure more people will come in. Hello, the Dollhouse Sugary Care. What's good, Leo? Hi, Kamika. I'm just saying my hellos. Okay, let's get it. It's enough people. Some more people probably come. Hi, Riri Miller-Jones. Okay. So, hey, Carmia. Now, listen. Now, let me talk, y'all. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to get it out. Hi, Ivory. Okay. So, this man, he opens up the service. Hey, Tiffany Finney Scruggs. He opens up the service and say, if y'all are watching, first of all, when I was online, and I was definitely in the comments talking about bring Jackson home. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I couldn't watch the whole sermon because I can't take the voice. The voices, their voices, I just can't handle it. Y'all that follow me know that, okay? Hey, Jazz. Hey, Curl. Hey, Tracy. I can't take it. Thank you. I have over 1,000 more followers. Thank you so much, Tina. So he opens up the service saying, well, they were doing tithes and offering, first of all. I thought tithes and offering came in, after the sermon, but they did it before the sermon, which is whatever. So then he goes on to say in his opening statement, with that real red, light bright red velvet on there looking like a fat ass, black ass Santa Claus. His opening statement was, hi, Kiara, hi, LaCondra, hi, Linda. If you came on here to hear me address lies, well, first of all, that's you addressing it. That's you addressing it. That's you talking about it. That's you saying something about it. Because number one, you wouldn't have said anything at all. You would have went into your sermon or whatever you was preaching about. And then, okay, let's get it back. So then when he was doing the tithes and he was saying to the left, he almost started singing Beyonce song, to the left in church. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I caught that. And that tickled my fancy. Okay, so moving forward. So then he opens up and he's like, he opens up. He was like, if y'all came to watch me, first of all, it was only like 2,000 people watching online. It went from 2,000 to about 4,000, but then it went back to 2,000. So for it to be a mega church, that's not really a lot of people coming in, tuning in online to watch it. Okay. He then goes to say, if y'all came in to see me address lies, I'm not going to address it. Like I just said, that's you addressing it. You shouldn't have said nothing. Then he goes in to say, like, this is a sacred place. This is a pulpit or altar, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to address lies and allegations here. And then he was like, oh, but there will be a time. Okay. So you're not going to address it. You're not going to address it. But you address it. And then you address it again and say there will be a time. Why the fuck are you saying anything at all? Why are you saying anything at all? Only a hit dog gonna holler. Only a hit dog gonna holler. Only a hit dog is gonna holler, baby. You don't say nothing about nothing else. You don't address nothing else. You ain't addressed my son. You ain't addressed the fact of your daughter taking my son. So why would you sit on the pulpit and address that? You gotta make it make sense. And then the church is going wild. Amen, Bishop. Amen. Woo, 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 woo. Y'all so fucking gullible and so damn stupid and dumb that y'all believe anything that come out this man's mouth because y'all want to worship an idol. Don't the Bible teach y'all not to have any idols? Not to worship any idols? The Bible teach y'all that. Not to put anybody above God. But y'all get on her and continue to do that. That shit is really, that's the shit that be having my mind boggled and gone. So yes, I was gone. Right, he was crying. What'd he say, child? Talked about his wife. He is full of crap. This reminds me of Bishop. Okay, so what he say, Corey, at the end? See, I couldn't listen to it all the way to the end because I couldn't take it. And see, that's that sympathy ass shit. You want motherfuckers to have sympathy for you, but where the fuck was my sympathy when your daughter took my son? Oh, Tracy, she gonna do that. They gonna block everybody to do that. Where the fuck was my sympathy when your daughter took my child? Where the fuck was my sympathy when you helped your daughter took my child? Where the fuck was my sympathy when you elevated your daughter not only from... Cora went from a children's worker, employee in the children's ministry, to the children's operator, manager, to the children's director. Then she went to the minister. Then she went to an elder, and she didn't even go to ministry school to get her elder's license. Then you want to talk about that? She didn't even go to ministry school to get her elder's license. They gave it to her, okay? So she went from that to then being a pastor. And all of that happened during the course of the 2 years that I was fighting in court, in trial for my son. So you want to see, and y'all want to know why I keep coming after the Jakes and not just Cora. This is why. Because they'll sit behind closed doors and act like, oh, this is Cora's doing, but you're the money funding what she's doing. You're the power behind what she's doing. Cora cannot do what she does without y'all backing her in the background. Period. And that's what I need for people to understand. Oh, they gave her that doctorate too. They gave her the doctorate, I think last year or early this year. They gave her the doctorate too. Cora didn't go to school for that. Cora didn't go to school for that. And it's like, y'all gave her a doctorate so now she can, like, legally counsel people. I don't know. But it's funny how she has that now. After I was telling people, like when I was going through my postpartum depression and I was going through what I was going through, and Cora said that she could counsel me, that she could legal counsel me because she was a minister at the church. Unbeknownst to me that she was going through ministry school at the church and that she could counsel me, okay? So let's keep it all the way real and keep it all the way funky. She told me that she could counsel me because she was at the church and that she was going through ministry school and that gave her a right to counsel me. Okay, she has an honorary doctorate. They gave that to her. She ain't licensed to be no doctor. She ain't licensed to counsel nobody. She didn't go to school to be a psychologist. First of all, her crazy ass wouldn't even be able to do it. She is dying. She is she has a diagnosis of being not mentally well and not mentally stable. Hello, do we forget the sense that she took in the mental health facilities, the mental health hospitals, and when she went to Bridgeport in California because she had to go into a mental health program? She's not. I'm sick of this breath. Okay. He never had. Okay, he said, they said that Bishop said. He was talking about all the stuff he did for people. He never talked about nobody. He never put nobody down. He never had nobody's name in his mouth, and that he's going to be okay. He had peace the whole time. And if I'm not mistaken, they took the live down. I could be wrong, but they took the live down, or I got blocked because I was coming and I was saying this just reminds me of his family still there with him because the whole family wasn't there. He was talking crazy. Okay. Exactly. And he's making himself, hey, Crystal, he's making himself, hey, sis, hey, Latoya, he's making himself looking even more guilty by saying, I've never talked about nobody. I never put nobody down. And and so the fuck what? That does not excuse your behavior behind closed doors. And don't nobody have no fucking sympathy for you, Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes Sr. There's no fucking sympathy because when you should have did right, you didn't do right. So now we're here. Hey, Q. So now we are here. So now we are fucking here. So now we are here. Okay? Then you sit up there crying and sobbing. You sit up there crying and sobbing because now you being drugged through the mud when all you had to do was do the right thing. All you had to do was make your daughter do the right thing. We don't give a fuck that you ain't talked about nobody. You ain't talked about nobody openly. See, that's the thing. You ain't talked about nobody openly. But you done had a lot to say behind closed doors. You done had a lot to say behind closed doors. You and your motherfucking family. And I ain't on no bandwagon, baby. You can't make me sniff y'all balls and lick y'all cooties. Baby, I serve God. And that's the only person that I'm scared of. That's the only entity I fear. You shouldn't have been doing what the fuck you was doing. You shouldn't have allowed your daughter to do what the fuck she was doing. You shouldn't have allowed your other daughter to do what she was doing. You shouldn't have allowed your wife to walk them through doing what they was doing. And then maybe your ass would be sitting on that pulpit crying and handshaking, talking about how you don't talk about nobody. Talking about how you don't put nobody down. And how you got peace. You got so much peace. You ain't got no peace, baby. It ain't no peace because, baby, I don't even pray for peace for you. I pray every night that y'all can't sleep. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. I pray every night that y'all toss and y'all turn until y'all do the right thing. I pray that nothing goes right until y'all do right. That's my prayer. So don't come out here talking about motherfucking peace and motherfucking what you don't do towards everybody else. But yet y'all are harboring children that y'all claim to be grandkids that ain't fucking y'all's. And y'all expect for people not to have something to say. And even if the allegations wasn't true, baby, it's already damaged. It's already damage attached to your name. Anytime they bring up tdjakes now and forever, it's always going to be attached to bring Jace home. And now that these allegations are out, it's always going to be attached to that nigga being gay. The damage was done. Whether the shit is true or not, which I know that nigga is, he does a lot of shit behind closed doors. And I didn't already said it on my last live. Okay. So y'all keep marching y'all asses up there to that church. And y'all keep tuning in to that motherfucking family. What I'm telling y'all is, they is just like, let me tell y'all something. Don't hold nobody in the same regard that y'all hold God in. Because people are human and people are flesh and they're going to fail you every time. They're going to let you down every time. So for y'all to sit up here and keep, I stand with Bishop. Hey, KB, I stand with Bishop. I stand with the woo, 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 woo. Exactly. His ass shouldn't even been at Diddy's party. That's number one. You shouldn't even been associated with Diddy outside of the clergy of your license, okay? Period. Point blank. That's it. That's it. So that's on you, boo-boo. That's on you, boo-boo. And one thing that I do know is, like I keep saying, everybody doesn't tell the same lie. And then how you gonna open up your sermon talking about you ain't gonna address the shit because it's sacred and holy ground, but by the end of the sermon, you addressing the shit. But you ain't addressing nothing else. You ain't speaking out. Diddy ain't even defending him because Diddy can't defend his own self because everything Cassie said is the truth. And you know why it's the truth? Because it's too many people that came out in support of her. It's too many people that came out and spoke of their experiences with P. Diddy. Just like it's people that has came out and spoke of their experiences with his family. Y'all think it's only me talking. It's not just only me talking. It's been several people that came out when I came out with my story that talked about their experiences, talked about what they done seen, talked about what they done been through. So let's keep it all the way real. You sitting on that stage and you fucking crying and boo-hooing, got your fake ass family with you and boo-hoo crying. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. You can wipe them tears because y'all didn't give a fuck when I had sleepless nights. Y'all didn't give a fuck when I had days where I didn't know where I was coming or going. Y'all didn't give a fuck when I was crying my eyeballs out, begging to see my child. Y'all didn't give a fuck. Y'all didn't give one fuck. Y'all still didn't give a fuck when I came to this motherfucking birthday party that y'all threw for him. And y'all was there. Y'all didn't give a fuck after to make sure that I continue to have a relationship with my son, to make sure that your daughter continued to do the right thing by allowing me to have contact with him. So you want us to give a fuck about some tears because you a bishop? Like I told Storm, whose name on here is Lean Balenciaga. We went to school together. We went to church together. I know him very well. Fuck your bishop. And I mean that. In the most disrespectful ass way possible. Because I'm sick and tired of trying to have some type of respect. Fuck it. Fuck it. Y'all want motherfuckers to have respect for people that don't give a... that does the most shit behind closed doors. And y'all want somebody to sugarcoat some shit. I ain't sugarcoating shit. I ain't sugarcoating shit. The fuck? You shouldn't have been fucking niggas or let niggas fuck you. You shouldn't have been allowing your kids to keep kids that ain't them. You shouldn't have allowed your daughter to deport a mother of a child because your crazy ass daughter can't have kids because she been and had an abortion and it fucked up her insides, so she cannot deliver children through the natural womb. She will never be able to have kids. She would never be able to have children. Okay? You should have dealt with your daughter's mental illness. That's what you should have did. You should have dealt with your wife's mental illness while you got Serita over here scooting around on a motherfucking altar looking motherfucking crazy, putting on a show for people like we can't see that that's a performance and that's acting. But y'all want somebody to have some sympathy because you say you don't never talk about nobody, you don't never talk down on nobody. What? Actions speak louder than words. So if you ain't said it verbally, you definitely done it with your actions. Let's not forget how you didn't even say nothing about Carter Pearson. You didn't even call the man on his deathbed, and he's the reason why we know you. Then you trying to say nobody made me, God made no Bishop Carlton Pearson made you, nigga. Because we wouldn't know who the fuck you were if it wasn't for Carlton Pearson. If it wasn't for God using Carlton Pearson to allow you to be on his stage at Azusa, we would not know who Thomas Dexter Jake Sr. is, okay? So let's be clear. Let's be all the way clear on that, okay? You don't even have respect for the people that paved the way for you. And now I'm talking directly to Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes Sr. because I know y'all watch me. I know you watch me. I know Serita watch me. I know Cora watch me. I know all y'all watch me. Whether y'all watching me directly or indirectly. All of this shit that's happening to y'all is y'all karma, and God ain't done yet. Shit is finna keep happening. Stuff is about to keep happening. More stuff is about to come out. Mark my words, it's 2/29 on December 24th, Christmas Eve. Mark my words. It's a whole lot of more shit that's about to come out. I wonder what they will say then. You don't have enough money, McConaughey. They don't have enough money and they don't have enough power for God's wrath. That's the thing. That's the thing. Your money, Thomas Dexter Jakes Sr., and the power and the weight that you hold with your name is ill in comparison to God's wrath. He gave y'all the opportunity to fix shit before it came to a head publicly. And because of your ego, and because of your pride, and because of your what do they call it when you just stubbornness. You're gonna be judged just like Eddie Long, and that's in death. Eddie Long died. Do you not remember that? That man died. That man died. That man died. Because of ego. Because of pride. Because of stubbornness. You're going to be judged the same way, tdjakes. Like that lady said, it's not going to be nothing left of your legacy. Nothing left. That means everything attached to it is going to fucking fall. It's going to be destroyed. Because y'all simply won't do the right thing. And y'all think y'all too high and mighty. And y'all want to hold on to pride. To protect the image. Your image is more important than doing the right thing and saving your life and saving your soul. But y'all the same people. Yeah, he did not come clean about nothing. All he did was apologize. That man didn't come clean. That man didn't come clean. Even on his deathbed, that man didn't come clean. Pride goes before the fall. Your image is more important than doing the right thing. You want to protect an image and a name, and it's something that you ain't even gonna have. Then to do what's right, then to search your soul, then to search your heart. And not only that, you the same pastor that love to preach that scripture. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Nothing. It profits you nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Y'all are such a walking contradiction. It would behoove you to give a child back, to give children back. Because let's be clear, y'all took Amari, just like y'all took Jason. It would behoove you to drop them allegations against Brandon and let that man walk out of jail instead of going. Y'all want to know what happened with Brandon? Because I don't think I talked about it. Or I probably did. But I probably privated a video. But now I don't give a fuck. So let's talk about it. Y'all know what happened to Brandon? The one who was accused of sexually assaulting Amari? That's an allegation, right? Alleged allegation, right? Why did they go see that man in the wee hours on a Saturday morning? Okay? the wee hours on a Saturday morning while he's been in jail for over a year now, okay? On a Saturday morning where there's no judges, the courtroom is not open, none of that shit is open, and y'all going to see that man at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and basically telling that man that if he did not take the 20-year plea deal, that y'all were gonna harm his family. Why do you have to threaten the man if he did it? If he did it and y'all got him locked up behind bars, why y'all going to the man in the wee hours of the morning threatening him and threatening his mama and his daddy? If he did it. But see, this is the thing about karma. This ain't nothing but y'all karma that's happening, baby. What you sow is what you reap, and it's harvest time. What you sow is what you reap, and it's harvest time. If Brandon knew like I knew, I would have been singing like a bird before they could ever get to me and threaten me. But see, that's the same shit Cora did to me. See, that's what I'm saying. See, y'all... That's the same shit Cora did to me, threatened me. Telling me if I didn't give her my son that she was going to take him from me. Along with other things. Saying other things. She threatened me. Okay? It's the same. That's what they do. That's what they do, boo. So y'all keep praising that ministry. Y'all keep sowing into that ministry. Let me tell y'all something. I want to know how many people has called their church and needed help with rent, or needed help with bills, or needed help with any type of utilities, and they help. I want to know how many people called their church and needed help with tuition, or needed help with, down payments on cars, because when you give your tithes, that's what the tithes is for. Because we all know that the church has a 501c3. It's a nonprofit organization, okay? It's not even a tax church. Not only that, y'all have a bookstore in the church. Nisha, you called. Did they help you? No, because they don't. I never forget when my mama was struggling to pay rent, and she called the church to ask for help with her rent, and they told her there was nothing that they could do for her. I would never forget that as long as I live. Yeah, they'll go out and feed the homeless. Yeah, they'll go out and pass out blankets. But when it comes to real help in the community, when it comes to real help with people that's attending the church, and even people that's not attending the church, like I said, the community, ain't no fucking help. Ain't no help. But y'all keep giving y'all money. But see, that's what the money is for, right? The money is when you give to the church, the money, when you're paying your tithes and your offering to the church, that money is supposed to be recycled back into the community. Okay? That money is supposed to be given back into the community. It's supposed to be given to people that needs help with bills. It's supposed to be given back to people that needs help with rent. It's supposed to be given back to people who maybe need help with water bill, light bill. That's what the money is supposed to do. To build up the community, because the church doesn't need it. It's a 501c3. It's a nonprofit organization, but you know what they do? Where's y'all coming up with this shit? Did I get a car from Sarah? Who told y'all that? Them motherfuckers ain't never got a car from me. Every car that I done had since I was 18, I done purchased myself. You ain't got, turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it, you're gonna have to turn it all the way down. I'm on live. You see that? What they say? No Christmas help, no rent help, no nothing. They offered me counseling and resource phone numbers. I ended up getting help from a Catholic church. They not gonna help y'all. Ariel, Keisha, you got the car? Who bought you a car? Sarah bought you a car? Or Sarah bought you, Cora did? Tylee, yes, he knows about the custody battle because, Cora told him. Well, Deanna, I don't know where you heard that rumor from because you're the first person that has ever got on here and asked me about that. Somebody else said I heard that too. And you're asking questions that I have made lives of. I just shared my first live that I ever made about this. So baby girl, you just got to go back and just do your research. Faith Mitchell, we're not talking about all the churches that does help. We're talking about the Potter's House of Dallas, Texas. We're talking about that particular church. We're not talking about any other church. We don't talk about things that we don't know. We don't talk about things that we don't know. So we only discuss churches that we know. It's okay, Faith. I'm not mad at you. It's just a lot to go back and redo that. I know it's a lot of people that's new here. If you go to my page and you go to videos, just scroll down. And you'll find every question that you have will be answered. Every question that you have will be answered. But I will answer that one question. How did I end up living with Sarah? Cora, which time are you talking about? We grew up together. I've known Cora since I was 10 or 12 years old. I say this all the time. The first time I lived with Cora is when we had an apartment together in DeSoto. And they were DeSoto Ranch apartments, okay? And we lived there together. That's when I only had one child, my oldest child, Anaya. Anaya was 1. And Cora at the time had a roommate as well. What's that girl name? Nisha, something like that. So then we stayed at that apartment, and then once Nisha, I can't remember that girl name. I see her face in my head. And she moved out. We moved to a different apartment. We went to a 1-bedroom, but it was a big 1-bedroom, and then it had like a small room. So it was kind of almost like a 2-bedroom, but at the same apartment, in the same apartment complex. We moved there. And that's when I was maybe 17, 18 years old. Okay. Fast forward to 2016. This is after I had Jason. I was pregnant with Liam. I moved in with her again in January of 2016. And the reason why I moved in with her then is because she told me to come move in with her at the house in Grand Prairie. I originally was going to go to this shelter called Safe Haven, but she did not want me to go to the shelter Safe Haven because at the time, her and Monet, her girlfriend, they lick cats, they were into it. She had put Monet out in the middle of the night, and wee hours in the morning, her and her kids put her out her house, okay? And Monet ended up going to Safe Haven because she lied about being physically abused. She lied about domestic violence to get into the shelter, okay? So when I called to tell her, hey, I don't have anywhere to go, because me and one of my family members had got into it, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm just about to go to a shelter. And she asked me what shelter I was going to, and I told her that I was going to the Safe Haven shelter. See, this is the depth. This is a story I don't think I went into detail about. I told her that I was going into the Safe Haven shelter, and she said, no, Michelle, just get your things and you and the kids come here. Looking back on that in hindsight, I feel like that was God's doing, because I was able to be in the house with Jason for 6 months or more. And being that I was there those 6 months or more, I was the one taking care of Jason. I was the one feeding him. I was the one clothing him. I was the one bathing him. I was the one providing for him, okay? Because not only was I supplying all the food in the house the whole time, the entire time I lived there, I was also help paying bills. I helped pay light. I helped pay water. I wasn't just there, okay? And that gave me total care, custody, and control of my son, okay? So meaning when we actually went to court, she was not even supposed to be able to bring a suit to even ask the courts to terminate my rights. Because my son, according to Texas law, a child has to be with somebody 6 months or more for them to even file to terminate a parent's rights, okay? If I lived with her from January to May or June and you file a petition in the court in September, that's illegal. You can't do that, boo. Because I've had to been gone for 6 months or more. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Why is y'all arguing in the comments? Stop arguing. I think Brandon knows a lot of things. Right, 6 months or more with no contact. And let me tell y'all how it happened, how it went down. First of all, I don't know why Brandon didn't want us there anymore. I probably do. It be spies in here all the time, child. I don't know why Brandon didn't want us there anymore, but whatever. He knew my situation. Okay, y'all, because let me tell y'all something. The only reason why I was homeless is because I had become a convicted felon in the year of 2012. Okay? I went to, in the year of 2013. Was it 2012? I did, because I got in the year of 2012, I went and I served 3 weeks in jail. Which felt like 3 years, okay? I went to jail and I went in for 3 weeks. First of all, I was railroaded in. I was racial. The judge was white. I was in Harris County, and, it was my first offense. I shouldn't have gotten probation. They didn't even offer me probation, okay? But I went to jail. I went to jail because I would not snitch. I did not snitch on the person that actually did it. I would not tell on the person that actually did it. So I ended up taking the charge, okay? I take the charge. I got the felony. I got convicted. I don't know if y'all know how it works, but when you are a convicted felon, it is hard to work. It is hard to find work. And it is hard for somebody to lease to you, especially when it comes to like apartments and stuff like that. You have to go through like privately owned individuals, okay? So that's where my struggle began, okay? Because before that, I worked in corporate America, okay? I've been working since I was 12 or 13 years old. I worked in corporate America before I caught that felony charge, because I would not snitch. Now, me today, I probably would have said something. Me today, because I see how it affected my life. Okay, so I was not able to find a place to stay because of that. No other reason. Okay, so let's just be clear on that. Cora knew that. Cora absolutely knew that. Okay, that's why she said that she would get me a job at the warehouse, at Bishop tdjakes warehouse. That never happened. Or I can get you a job at the church. That never happened. So when I knew that she wasn't going to help me like she said she was, because I wasn't asking her for money. I wasn't asking her to do anything for me. I was asking her to lead me to the water and I would drink it, okay? Meaning, I need help in a sense of, if you can get me a job at the church, or you can get me, hey, Thais, how I do it. She never did it. This is the whole entire time from Jason, after Jason is being born, to the time I'm living with her, even pregnant with Liam, and to after, the whole entire time, okay? So everything I literally had to do on my own. I had to find a place to stay. I had to find a job that would... Hey, y'all, I'm on live.
You are so right.
Yeah, I'm on live. Y'all, that's my niece. Hey, be quiet. So I had to, you're absolutely right, Jocelyn. I'm just giving y'all the facts because there's a lot of new people. So I'm just trying to fill it in where we can, so we can get back to the topic at hand. So I didn't ask for that. She never helped me. She never helped me with any resources. She never helped me at all. But what she did do, thank you for the stories, Thais. What she did do was definitely take advantage of me in my vulnerable state. See, I was dealing with depression. I was dealing with postpartum depression. I was dealing with homelessness and the fact that I didn't have a place of my own. I was dealing with being jobless because it was hard to get jobs, and I was dealing with being in a state of shock. I was in a culture shock because I'm not used to not being able to have a job. I'm not used to not being able to provide for my children. I went from working corporate America to now I'm having to get warehouse jobs. Okay? Listen. Are y'all listening to me? Or y'all following? Okay? So then I move in with her because me and my family member got into it. Because this is the thing. You can't help people how you want to help people. You got to help people how they need the help. You got to meet people where they're at. Even if you can see them farther than where they're at. Hey, Monica. Even if you can see them farther than where they are, you have to meet people where they are at. You have to help people where they are at. It's not about how you want to do it. Okay? It's about how they need the help. Okay, that lady never helped me. All she ever did was take advantage of me. All she ever did was kept me low so that I couldn't rise up and see what was going on. Oh, but baby, when I rose, like Jesus did on the third day, baby, when I got the fuck up, baby, when I realized what the fuck was going on and what was happening. Because, baby, this is one thing about it. When God has called you, when you are set apart, when you are favored, when you are anointed, when you are chosen, people can't keep you down for long. Your brain is not going to allow you to stay down for long. So that's what they was betting on. They was betting on me to stay in that dark place, in that place where I didn't have control of my mind, in that place where I didn't have control of my thoughts, in that place of depression, in that place of agony, in that place of pain. They tried to keep me there so that they could achieve their agenda, and that was taking my child. And that was taking my child. Jocelyn, you know, sometimes I try not to cuss, but sometimes I do. And it's just, you know, the Lord he's still working on me. Yes. So y'all, but now, baby, we got a job. We got a 4-bedroom house. We got a car. The kids good. They eat. You know, we ain't. Won't he do it? And I did it all by myself with nothing but God. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Okay? But had I had the help and the resources, it wouldn't have taken me 5 years to get on my feet. It wouldn't have taken me 5 years to be able to handle the business I needed to be handled, to be financially stable for myself and my children. But because they were taking advantage of me, here we are. So that's how I ended up living with Cora. That's how everything happened. When I left from living honey, I don't know why y'all think y'all can just apply for Section 8 and you just get on it. That's not how it works. You can apply for Section 8 in 2000. It's 2023. Somebody apply for Section 8 right now. They probably won't hear back from Section 8 until 2025. Okay? It doesn't work that way. You don't think I applied for Section 8? You don't think I went down to, let me tell you something. When it was all said and done, because I had to get somewhere to stay for my family, and I was not finna do it, I went to the projects, baby. Let me tell you something. I went to Butler Place Projects in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay? The projects. I stayed in the projects. That's how low. But I said, my God, if you're going to give it to me, I'll take it and I'll build from here. Come. And I stayed there, and I stayed in them projects because I went from being homeless. I went from living in hotels and sleeping on people's couches. I went from that, and then I went and I lived with Cora, right? And then I went back and I was staying in hotels, and then I was sleeping in my car, and I said, my God, I know you'll never leave me or forsake me, but my God, this is too much. And then an opportunity came where I could stay in the projects. And I went and I said it was a 3-bedroom townhouse, 3-bedroom, 1-bath townhouse. And I went to them projects and I stayed there. And I said, Lord, if you'll walk me through this, just walk me through this, my God, today. And y'all, when I tell you, I fixed my credit while staying in them projects. I went from having a 430 credit score to a 752 credit score while staying in them projects. I went from having a little little penthouse car to purchasing a Tahoe while staying in them projects. I went from my kids not having furniture, not having beds, not having clothes, to having all that while staying in them projects. And while I stayed in those projects, I said, okay, God, while I'm here, direct my footsteps. While I'm here, show me and guide me. While I'm here, lead me so that I can get to where I need to go. Because I know this can't be it. I know this is a stepping stone. I know this is just something temporary, because I know greatness is to come. But while I stayed in them projects, I did the work. I did what I was supposed to do. I fixed what I was supposed to fix while I stayed in those projects, baby. And to some, staying in the projects, it's like, oh, okay. But when you have never had to stay in the projects, when you have never had to wake up to roaches, they came out of nowhere, when you had to bung your apartment 2 and 3 days out the week. That's a culture shock. When you can't let your kids go out and play, and you only trust them enough to play in the front by the basketball court, because you got people up on the hill selling drugs. You got people up on the hill dealing drugs. You got crackheads and you got prostitutes coming out through the projects, baby. But I stayed and I endured. And I did everything I had to do for those 2 years I was there. And when I came up out there, I moved on the other side, baby. That's when I moved to my house. That's when I moved to a 4-bedroom. That's when I moved to a 2-bath. That's when I moved to a front yard, backyard. That's when I moved to a 2-car garage. Okay? That's what I did. Okay? With no help. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. So when I speak and I say things, because I know, hey, Mama Sandy, I know how he has kept me. I know how he has guided me. I know how he has wrapped his arms around me when I didn't even understand what was going on, when I couldn't even see, when I didn't know my left or my right. When I'm just trying to make a way for me and my babies. Okay, see, before I stayed in the projects and before I was living with Cora, before I came back home, when I was pregnant with Jason, I was living in a hotel. Okay, listen to me. When I was pregnant with Jason, I was staying in a hotel. It was me, Cree was a baby, and Jadon was 1 or 2 years old. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it was my friend Ashley and her son Aiden. And while I was staying in that hotel, I was on food stamps. I was on Medicaid, pregnant with Jason. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't have transportation. I didn't have nothing to my name but the clothes on our backs. Okay? And this is why I was pregnant with Jason. I would get up and I would have to walk across the bridge and across the highway to go to the Walmart just to get food. And when I didn't have food, I used to steal the milk because my baby had to eat. I had to do whatever I had to do. Okay? And then it went to a point where I couldn't afford the hotel anymore. Mind you, I'm a felon. It's hard for me to find work. I'm doing whatever I can to survive for me and my kids that I have. Okay? I went from that. Then when it was all said and done, I couldn't do it no more. I had to come back home. I came back home. The daddy, my kid's dad at the time, he wasn't being the best father. He wasn't being the best help. He wasn't in the state of mind that he's in. And I don't even hold that against him now because I know it's bigger than me. And forgiveness is about self. It's not about the other person. But I didn't have the help that I needed. Okay? So I left from there and I came back home. Now I'm sleeping at family members' houses. Now I'm sleeping on co-workers' couches because now I'm getting little jobs here. But as soon as they find out about my background, they firing me. They letting me go. Right? So then I have Jason. Now Jason is here. And then this is where it takes off from there. So I'm not just, my story. I'm sorry. This is why I get so angry. This is why I get so mad. This is why it upsets me so much. Because y'all play with people's lives. Y'all play with people's hurt. Y'all play with people's struggles. And y'all think that shit is cool. And y'all think that shit is okay. And it's not. It's not. Because the shit I went through and the shit that I had to endure just to get to the place where I'm at. And y'all still want to play with me. That lady made it. People don't come out and people don't share their pain and people don't share their experiences because they make it to where you're scared. They make it to where they get all your secrets out of you. They get everything so dark in your past and they get it out of you. And so they know, and then they use it and hold it over your head. But you know what I said? On May 18, 2022, I couldn't take it no more. And I'm going to tell it. And I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell what I did. I'm going to tell what I went through, but I'm going to tell what y'all did to me. And I'm going to tell what y'all did to others. And the fact that y'all keep doing it, that's what pisses me off. So respectfully and disrespectfully, fuck your bishop. Fuck tdjakes. Fuck the Potter's House. Fuck Cora, Sarah, Jermaine, that fuck all of them, okay? Because y'all continue to do wrong. And I'm just not here for it. I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. This is why I speak out the way that I do. Because of what I've been through. what I've had to endure, what I've had to witness because of how I was treated, because of how I was handled when I just needed help. I just needed help mentally. I just needed help physically. I didn't need anybody to do anything for me but to help me. That's it. Help me. Help me. I need you to do nothing for me. Just help me. If you can get me in a door, I'll figure I'll do the rest. I've always been a hard worker. I've always been a hustler. I've always taken care of my kids. I've always done what I needed to do. I hit a rough spot. And in my rough spot where a friend should have been a friend, she wasn't a friend. She took advantage of me. And her family allowed her to do it. So I'm not letting up off their asses. So they can preach whatever the fuck they want to preach. And they can get on the pulpit and say whatever the fuck they want to say. Your motherfucking lie. Your ass is gay. Y'all taking babies. First lady was acting, putting on a performance, shuffling across their stage. And it is what it is. So when other people start coming out and dropping their receipts, we gon' it, because I'm telling y'all. Absolutely. If God wasn't on my side, I just don't know. It's what they say, hey Kenya, if God be for you, who can be against you? If God go for you, who can be against you? Who can be against you? And I'm not even worried about who's against me because God walks with me daily. And I'm going to keep talking. And I'm going to keep speaking. And I'm going to keep telling the truth. And I'm going to keep letting the truth be known. It all started because they sold a baby, Brent. Absolutely, McConaughey. We know that. It's not my fault that your parents look the way they look and then they created you and now you look the way you look. That has nothing to do with me. My parents was my parents and God gave me those parents and I came out the way that I came out. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So, yeah, of course she was jealous. Then on top of that, I can make kids. If I wanted to have kids right now, I can make another baby. It's not my fault that your back is big and mine is not. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. You know? My son, hey, I'm just being honest. You can unbig your back. There's a lot of people that unbig their back. But you got to be consistent with it. You don't want to be consistent with it, but you want people to have sympathy for you. I don't have any sympathy for you. I'm done being nice. I'm just done being nice. I'm done being nice. I'm done trying to, do shit the right way. And no, I'm done doing that. Because they're going to continue doing what they're doing. Yep, Maureen, you were right. 7 years. It's the 7th time around, just like the wall of Jericho. It's going to fall. Okay. I say, y'all be making me cry. I want to try to cry today. But back to the topic. That man got on stage and said all that shit just to end his sermon saying how, he don't talk down on nobody. Well, you doing something you ain't got no business doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be being attacked like you being attacked. Because people love to say, oh, the devil is just attacking me. Oh, the devil is just doing this. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. No, sometimes it's you. It ain't always the devil. Sometimes it's what you have allowed. Sometimes it's what you have put out into the universe. Sometimes it's the seeds that you have sowed, and now you're reaping it because it's harvest time. It's nobody but y'all. A person wouldn't have an allegation of death to say if something didn't happen to that extent. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what you say. I do not care what you say. I don't care what you say. Now, because listen, I don't believe Bill Cosby raped all them women. I don't believe Bill Cosby date raped all them women. But he did something. And it might not have been with all them women. He did something to somebody. And because he did something to somebody, it became a domino effect. Now they coming after him, okay? The same, like, it's like, come on now. Like, we got to be serious here. You gotta understand what the fuck is going on. And I don't even know why they would play with me. Right, Toya. I don't know why they would play with me when they know I know all their business. Why y'all want to play with me? Why y'all want to play with me when y'all know I know all your business? And whenever I'm ready to let it rip, I let it rip. I don't even know why they would play with me. Because they know. They freaking know. They freaking know. Because if we really want to talk about it, let's talk about, like I told y'all last time, let's talk about how when we at the house and y'all have all them pastors and them ministers coming, they all niggas, they be all niggas, and y'all go down there in that room and y'all be down there for a long ass time. Okay, let's talk about how you and First Lady don't sleep in the same bed. Let's talk about it. And if y'all think First Lady don't know what's going on, y'all are sadly mistaken. Let's talk about Mr. Daryl Patrick, Bishop's former assistant stylist. Let's talk about him and his gay ass and how he just popped up dead. But let's talk about how he got fired and then tried to blackmail Bishop by sending pictures and videos to First Lady because he had the iPad because he was the person sending, and then all of a sudden, mysteriously, he was hired again. Like, y'all want to talk about that? But Bishop quietly put him away and didn't even tell his family nothing. Y'all want to talk about that? So, but y'all don't want to believe the fact that he's a power bottom? Absolutely. Faith, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So you're not gay, Bishop Jakes, but you surround yourself with nothing but gay pastors, gay leaders, gay ministers, gay assistants. Or do y'all want to talk about all the rape that they have covered up in the church? Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all want to talk about the rape that they've covered up in the Potter's house? Y'all want to talk about the molestation that they have covered up in the Potter's house? Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all want to talk about the pastors that he has allowed to sleep with other women in the church and still be preaching on the pulpit? Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all want to talk about how I don't know if y'all remember Chris Hill. I don't know if y'all remember Pastor Chris Hill. He ended up being the pastor of the Potter's house in Denver. You want to talk about how that marriage ended because he was fucking his goddaughter? And that's why he got kicked out of church? Or do you want to talk about how his best friend, a minister, took a girl and raped her and molested her, and instead of y'all handling him properly, y'all sent him back to Texas to hide him. And when y'all couldn't hide him and the charges went through, y'all intimidated the family. Y'all threatened the family. Y'all scared any witnesses that would stand up for the family, okay? Threatened them in their jobs and their livelihoods, telling them that they'll never be able to work. Y'all want to talk about that? But y'all want to keep saying, hollering, my bishop, my bishop, my bishop, my bishop, your bishop is a crook. That's what the fuck he is. Your bishop is a pussy. That's what the fuck he is. Because any man that would condone or even allow this shit to keep happening, but you want to get on the pulpit and say what you ain't gonna address, So y'all want us to forget the shit that goes on behind the walls of the Potter's house. And y'all want us to continue to act like everything's A-O-fucking-K. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I just love him. I just love him. So you love a person that condones people raping and molesting in his church. You love a pastor and a bishop that condones pedophiles in his church. You love and don't really have nothing bad to say about a man. Because at the end of the day, before he is a man, before he's a bishop, he's a man. So you love and condone about a man who doesn't hold people accountable. You love a bishop who would rather intimidate a person, blackmail a person, try to scare individuals from speaking out and standing with their truth than to do the right thing. But this is who y'all love. You can love Sarah messages all you want, Bria. Love them all you want. Her last name is Jakes. So let's not even forget that. She is not separate from the family. She is not apart from the family. She is also a woman who has tried to terminate the rights of her ex-husband from seeing his child, being a part of his child's life, who they also ran off. Who also used the same lawyer that Cora used when I was fighting for my son. So, I don't have no sympathy for Sarah either. They saw brainwash Erica. Erica got a story too. What do I know about what? I know a lot about a lot. And when they piss me off, that's when I start talking. Because don't piss me off. She announced that Robert didn't beat her. She a lie and the truth ain't in her. And baby, I can't wait. I'm trying to tell y'all some shit is about to hit the fan and I can't wait till it does. She a motherfucking lie. Robert ain't beat her ass. Robert ain't pulled out no gun on her ass like she tried to lie and say. She a motherfucking lie. Her baby daddy ain't beat her. She a motherfucking lie. Robert ain't even put no hands on that girl. She lying. And if they was both fighting. Like Christian and Blueface. So we okay? So let's be real. Sarah ain't no motherfucking saint. And that's why she always trying to preach, I ain't worried about my past because God ordained me. God called me. God vindicated me. Okay. Sarah didn't have to work at a strip club. She chose to work at a strip club. That was a choice. She didn't have to. That was a choice. Sarah's ex-husband did not beat her. Robert Henson did not beat her. No. Sarah's family made her divorce Robert. Let's be clear. They made her divorce him because Robert wouldn't do what they wanted him to do. Okay? And so in the divorce, they tried to humiliate this man. She tried to lie. And this is what I say about Brandon. Coincidentally, you're able to file for divorce after you have accused this man of sexual assault. But this is the same family whose daughter was married before Cora, Sarah, who accused Robert of physically abusing her, then took it a step further to say that he pulled out a gun on her and her fans, then took it a step forward to forge his name on the divorce decree. So when he contested the divorce, he then went and had to hire somebody to say that this was not his signature, a handwriting expert. But this is your beloved Sarah. Whoever, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me. Y'all can talk about my past. But bitch, we talking about it because you did it. And then to put insult, whatever the shit is called, insult to injury, you come 2023 trying to terminate rights. But you married. You're supposed to be in a healthy relationship. Why are you trying to terminate this man rights for in 2023? Explain it. Explain it. Oh, okay. But y'all keep on now. Listen. Just make sure that y'all not in that house when it start crumbling down, because otherwise you gonna be a part of the fall. Okay? Let's be clear. Bring Jason home. If y'all want to donate, y'all can donate through GoFundMe, because we are still fighting for my child. Y'all can hit the Cash App, Love in the First. I will be taking donations. If y'all want to help me get Christmas stuff for Jason that I can mail off, you can donate to Love in the First. I'm typing it in the comments. Because it don't matter if I haven't seen him, I'm still going to get my baby something. Okay? I don't know how to pin my comment. It won't give me the option to. So is there Love in the First is the Cash App. I don't know if they're going to give him the gifts or not. To me, it don't matter. To me, what matters is the fact that I do it. Just like I do with all my other kids. So whether they give him the gifts or not, I'm going to have receipts that I did it. I'm going to have receipts that I did it. And my baby going to know. My baby going to know that I stepped. Even when I didn't have him in my care, custody, and control. My baby going to know that I looked out. My baby going to know that I never forgot him. My baby going to know that I never not included him. And that my baby going to know that he has always and will always be a part of whatever I do. Not just for my kids that I have in my custody, but for him as well. He's going to know it. So it don't even matter if they don't give him the gifts or not. That's going to be on them. Because when he talk to me, I'm going to let him know. Baby, mama got you this. Baby, your internet aunties and your internet uncles helped me with this. And I did send it. And here's the video. And here's the picture. And here's the receipt. Did you get it? If he say, nah, mama, I didn't get it. Well, you need to ask Cora where your shit is and why she didn't give it to you. Because he's going to know. He's going to know. So if y'all want to help and be a part of that, I'm going to put the Cash App back in here right now. I'm not asking y'all for nothing. If y'all want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, you ain't got to. It is what it is. I'm still gonna make a way, because that's what mamas do. That's what mamas do. We still make a way. We still get the job done. We still do what we gotta do, whether we have help or whether we don't have help.
So yeah, guys, I know that was pretty lengthy, but again, I just had the time and I decided to listen to it as I shared it with you at the same time because it was new to me. And she pretty much laid everybody out in the Jakes family, as well as the people who just blindly idolize and worship these people because, oh, that's my bishop, that's my pastor, that's the Potter's house, I've been going there for years. There's so much more I could say. I'm probably going to come back and just go into a little bit more with bits and pieces of the information that she shared. But she shared a lot. And this is what I've been saying with regards to the Jakes. Some people may say, well, tdjakes didn't take her son. tdjakes has been complicit in this situation. We haven't heard him say anything with regards to Michelle Loud and the allegations of his daughter, were it not for him having the ability to use spiritual coercion and manipulation and the courts, let's just be clear, to be able to do this. I'm not even going to call it an adoption, a kidnapping, if you will, taking someone's child or children, because both of the children that she did not give birth to them, and it was not done with her going through the regular routes that most people go through to adopt children. And she did not help this woman. She took advantage of her. And this was someone that she called a friend. This was someone that knew her as a child, you know? There's just so much more that we could say. And we'll say more later. I'm not going to drag this on much longer, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. Support Michelle Loud. You can go to Amazon and purchase her book. I'm going to put a link to it in the description box. And just continue to watch as well as pray for her. I'm not praying for that family. I'm just going to continue to watch as things happen, because so much has been revealed to me, even by way of YouTube, just allowing things to be suggested to me of things that have been literally said, and I would say prophesied about this family 1-2 years ago or months ago, before all of this stuff started coming out about Diddy, and even before the Michelle Loud situation, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I didn't keep it brief, but I wanted to keep it beautiful. And now I'm going to say bye.